In this video, we're going to uncover what visualization is and how it works for athletes. Now, this is the first video in a 4-part series on sports visualization. So if you want to watch the other videos, go ahead and click the links that I put in the description below. Visualization is the process of creating a scene in your mind about how you would like a situation to go. For example, let's say you are a basketball player who is doubting your ability to make free throws. Maybe you haven't really been on with your free throws recently, so you're lacking a lot of confidence in them. Now, as a result, you're probably going to second guess and doubt your ability to make free throws moving forward. So what you would want to do is perform a visualization session where you successfully see yourself making the shot. Now, visualization involves using your imagination to create a scene in your mind. Only instead of allowing your imagination to wander, like it did when you were playing make-believe, let's say as a kid, you are now using it in a very deliberate and specific way. But why exactly does this visualization stuff work in the first place? Well, the answer has to do with the neural circuits found within your brain. There was a research paper released by the International Coach Academy that I've linked in the description below if you want to look at it, that goes into detail on how our brains are creating new connections between neurons with each skill that we learn. As you learn something, such as throwing a baseball or shooting a basketball, the brain is developing memory of that act. Memory is the new neural connections that are created, so as you seek to perform the act again, your mind simply knows what to do, right? This is the idea behind muscle memory. Now, it's not a one-time event that creates such a memory, but repetitive action. It's not just physical repetition that strengthens these connections either. Imagery work, so visualization, has also the same effect on the brain. Now, here's a direct quote from the research paper explaining how this process works. If you exercise an idea over and over, your brain will begin to respond as though the idea was a real object in the world. The thalamus makes no distinction between inner and outer realities, and thus any idea, if contemplated long enough, will take on a semblance of reality. Your belief becomes neurologically real, and your brain responds accordingly. Now, I just love that term, neurologically real. Our minds will perceive the visualization as a real-life event, and this is why mental imagery work proves so helpful to athletes. Now, let's take a look at some of the main benefits that you can expect as an athlete when you start using sports visualization, and specifically the visualization techniques that I'm going to go over in the next few videos. The first benefit is increased confidence. Now, how do you build confidence in a skill? My answer to that question would be by seeing ourselves successfully perform the skill. Now, that's why continual practice and repetition is such a great idea when you're wanting to build confidence and mastery within a skill in your sport. You need to see yourself succeed in order to have the confidence to believe that you can do it again. Now, our perception of our capabilities is driven by past experiences. So if we're going to stick with the example from earlier, if you have a track record of making those game-winning free throws, then you're going to have a lot of confidence that you can make that free throw in those game-winning situations moving forward. On the other hand, if what comes to your mind is the memory of those missed free throws, then you are not going to have as much confidence, and you're probably going to doubt yourself in those situations. One of the toughest parts about confidence is that one negative experience can significantly reduce the confidence and the trust that you have in yourself. So if we know that the only way to build confidence is through seeing ourselves successfully accomplish a task, then this creates another problem. How can we succeed at an act or a skill that we now lack confidence in? Now, that's where visualization is going to come into play. Instead of having to put yourself in a situation that's going to trigger those unconfident feelings, you can imagine the scenario instead. Visualization is going to provide a safe environment where you can see yourself successfully perform the skill or the skills that you are currently struggling with and doubting yourself with. Another benefit of visualization is that it reduces stress and anxiety. I had a coach that would always say, a relaxed hitter is a dangerous hitter. Now, he meant the more relaxed a player was in the batter's box, the more likely he was to get a hit. Do you know why this is, and have you felt that within your sport? Because in order to be relaxed in that sort of situation, your mind needs to be calm. Having a calm mind means it's free from distracting thoughts. On the other hand, a tense hitter, whose mind is full of stress and anxiety, is a much easier out for a pitcher and will never perform up to their athletic potential during a game. This holds true for all athletes. It's not just going to be hitters in baseball or in softball. Performing relaxed is so important. It's also, really difficult if your natural state is anxious and stressed. But visualization can help you reduce the amount of stress and anxiety you feel during a game. And then another benefit of this visualization is that it helps you manage pressure. Now, if you want to be a clutch athlete, it means that you need to be able to perform well under pressure and when you're feeling this pressure. Now, how do you think you can gain the title of being a clutch player? By developing the ability to manage this pressure that you feel and manage yourself under pressure. Because feelings of pressure is going to be gotten through outcome-oriented thinking. If you're focused on the outcome, it's very easy to have self-doubt creep into your mind, and it's also easier to feel more pressure that you need to perform well in these situations. So to better handle these pressure-filled moments, what you need to do is go into them with the absolute most confidence that you can have. And visualization can help you build that confidence, but it can also help you calm your nerves like we just talked about when you're in these moments when you're feeling pressure. And then the last benefit I want to talk about is that visualization can help you whenever you are injured. Now, when you find yourself sidelined with an injury, this can be incredibly frustrating. If you're forced to watch your teammates compete, knowing that you're not going to be able to go out there and help them, this can honestly take a huge negative toll on your mindset. It can also be difficult to deal with the fact that you're not training to improve your skills, and so when you come back to playing, you're probably going to lack a little confidence because you're not going to be feeling as prepared and like you've had all that experience. So there needs to be an alternative by which you can still work on progressing and improving your skills, even though you're sidelined with an injury, and that's where visualization can help. Now, you're not going to be physically capable of training, but your mind can train and your mind can go over the skills that you want to be improving. By visualizing when you're injured, you can give yourself the most opportunity that you can while injured to still be able to train your skills and have confidence when you come back to compete. Now, to gain all these benefits, you need to know specifically what visualization exercises you need to use. And so in the next 3 videos, I'm going to go over 3 different visualization techniques that you can use as an athlete. So go ahead and click right here to watch the first video where I go into detail on a sports psychology visualization for confidence.